So hi everyone, this is me. This is Vikrant Shukla. Most of you know me. I have been interacting with you all via different mediums. Even though it was pandemic, we were trying to ensure that the connections that we have do not break, and we are still connected. Whether it is one meetup or the other meetup or any other kind of seminar that we regularly do, so on and so forth. So, with that said, I'll quickly give you a short introduction about myself again because I like to publicize myself as a super man, and I really appreciate you all accepting me as that. This it was Meet Magento 2020 in February, same day, February 4th in Mumbai when we introduced this coined this term, and it was everyone appreciated it. So my name is Vikrant. I work as a business solution architect in Adobe. I have been working with Magento since its inception. I'm actually helping, assisting, or let's say supporting to organize a lot of other Magento meetups across India. And I feel proud about it that I'm able to stand with the community in each and every places. I get opportunity to speak at multiple global events, which actually keeps me connected with the community, and I really love and appreciate the fact that the community loves to hear from me. I love reading books a lot. A habit, I would say, which has come back to me after a long period, and thanks to COVID that it happened. Um, and especially, I love talking about mental health in any form of communication, and like to hear from people. I like to talk. I like to support in whatever possible ways. Feel free to reach out to me via any medium that you want. I'm connected on WhatsApp. I'm connected on Twitter, LinkedIn, anywhere where you believe I can help you out with any means. I'll be more than happy to do so. So today we will be talking about creating scalable marketplaces. So why do we want this? We already have the likes of Amazon, PayPal, Alibaba, Rakuten, Flipkart, you name it, right? We have got everyone, and this pandemic has actually helped all of these grow trillions of dollars, right? On one side, we were seeing people walking on foot and people losing their business. On other side, we have seen this mammoth companies making trillions of dollars. So why really? What is the need of marketplace? There are already many of them, and is there really someone who's trying to build this marketplace? Is a question that I have heard from people. So let me tell you, out of these 15 marketplaces that you see, 7 of them have started in last 10 years. And last 10 years, these 7 have started and they have grown up to the top 15. See, my today's topic is to highlight how you can create a scalable, robust, uh, multi-million dollar business over marketplace kind of a model using different Adobe products. I would be showing you a scale sample architecture at the very end, which I believe, and we have seen it across different customers and verticals, has the potential to do a multi-million dollar marketplace business. I would not take names of the customer, but I remember Hashid calling out in the morning, and then almost everyone calling out from PayPal, and then we have people from other agencies who said that COVID has been a boost for the e-commerce industry, and so it has inside the e-commerce industry, especially it has for marketplaces as a vertical. We are already seeing a very high number of leads being generated for B2B marketplaces, wherein the companies are now trying to take their year-old process, or let's say the documentation which they were doing, or the business process that they were doing offline, into more of an online model now. And there is a huge demand of B2B marketplaces. So that is where my today's presentation is all about. These are few of the numbers. You would be excited to know that Amazon, so people have said that they would want to prefer buying from Amazon during holiday seasons, and that is where the Amazon has picked up. Then in terms of the research, we know that people actually go ahead and do a research from marketplace first, and then and then they want to buy it from a brand website and so on and so forth, right? So this is more from the research standpoint. What I am talking about is you offering your customer, or you as a merchant going ahead and creating your own B2B or B2C marketplace out of Magento and Adobe products. And how can you create a scalable, robust solution which can turn out into a multi-million dollar marketplace? What are the steps to do so? What is the marketplace maturity model? I think this is a term coined by McFadden Digital Agency. These people are doing some good work in terms of marketplace, and this is one of the term that they have coined. And this image I had to take out from one of their presentation, wherein they have actually articulated the maturity model for a marketplace. And this maturity model resonated very well with the idea that I had, and that is why this image. So there are basically, you can say, 5 layers, or let's say there are 5 steps to go ahead and do the e-commerce Magento marketplace, right? The first one is kind of having your own website, like Nike. It moved out from Amazon. Maybe you might have heard of it. Starting uh, before 2020, they decided that they would move out of Magento. They would move out of Amazon marketplace, and they will create their own e-commerce website. And they have created their own e-commerce website. There can be many reasons for it. A brand, I always say, should always have their own e-commerce website. You need to have your customer as a loyal customer, and to create a loyal customer, you need them to transact on your website. Again, I want to very clearly specify, I'm not trying to say that you as a merchant or agency should not sell on marketplaces, but all the merchant and agencies, all the customer or merchant should always have their own brand website. Let the customer go and research, but let them come and buy from your website. That will give them more trust, and that will give you a loyal customer to, let's say, nurture, feed, and grow in times to come. Like what Vatsal said in his earlier presentation, you need to understand who your repetitive customer is, who is your new customer, and who is your long-term customer. The very finite circle between that is your real customer, and the one that is loyal to you. So coming to this maturity graph, there are different models of e-commerce. So first of all, you start your own website and you are actually educating people, and then you go into more of a, we have seen more of a dropship model happening a lot in last few years. AliExpress, I think in India was the main reason why it boomed a lot. And then merchants establishing their own website and doing dropship, it actually helped a lot many people. The third one is third party marketplace, wherein, let's say I have a website, let me create a wonderful marketplace, and people can come and they can sell their product over there. And then the third party seller load their product images, and it is all their responsibility. All I am providing them is a digital space to sell their product. So that is kind of the third party marketplace model. The other one is quantitative management, wherein, let's say, it's the responsibility of the company to procure the product, do physical inventory, do physical management, and then sell the product over using its own name and brand. So that is more of a that is the more mature method of marketplace. The last one, the nirvana stage that we all see, the likes of Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, or Alibaba, that is the nirvana stage. Um, yeah, so that is the nirvana stage, right? Wherein how the marketplaces are growing, and they are taking care of the end-to-end delivery and procurement and sales. So they are procuring the product, they are taking care of everything, and then they are ensuring that you as a customer are going to get everything that you need under one brand, right? There can be multiple sellers, there can be their own rules, but you as a business are taking care of it, and you are ensuring that your customer gets what they really want out of it. This is the high level component mapping, again taken from McFadden's, one of the document that they have. wherein it actually articulates how different sellers, how different buyers, what are the different marketplace components, what are the different let's say areas that is fulfilled by the marketplace operators, which is fulfilled by the buyers, which is fulfilled by the sellers, which is fulfilled by the messaging systems, and how these different system operate. So in this, if you see, there are different models. As I was telling you, the marketplace, as a marketplace, you want your seller to have control on selling their products. You want your seller to have control about managing the inventory. So there are two ways to do it. One, wherein you as the marketplace owner are taking ownership of all the inventory products, storing it in your physical warehouse, and then shipping it across. The second is more of a community driven, something like Etsy, right? Wherein there are sellers, they take ownership of their own product. Etsy has a defined rules. Everyone have to follow that rules and bind to that rules, and then deliver it accordingly. Then maybe there was one company, I'm forgetting something, Cube. I'm not sure what it was. It was bought out very recently. So there was this different model wherein in that model, the company was just selling that it's seller's responsibility and you had to abide to the seller buying and selling processes, and it lost its lot of revenue due to that. So as a marketplace, if you are a B2C marketplace, you have to take the ownership of all the things that are being sold on your website. You cannot just go and say that, hey, I'm just providing a platform and the seller is responsible for the return policy or the or rewards, or let's say referral or any other things, right? Promotions and all. And I don't know, you go and fight with the seller. That's not how it happens. You have to take the responsibility. Like I always say, especially to the developer community sitting, I have always said this in all the meetups and almost in all the Meet Magento events, that the psychological ownership of a successful delivery of a project lies on you, not on your customer. Similarly, I say the psychological ownership of your customer's success lies on you as a merchant. You cannot just say that, hey, I sold the product, my work is done, and leave it to the customer to fight the battle. You will lose a lot of customer that way. So now coming to this, again, we will. There were a lot of speakers, and I would say I am thankful that Sriram's session was just before me, and I can now quote some of the new features that are coming on Magento, which I knew, but yeah, it is good to see that it was already explained. So this features like, let's say, image search, right? The enhancement of Adobe Sensei into the platform. All of these things are going to empower Magento as a solution which you can use for your marketplace and add lot many feature, right? Like Google Lenses, you can now use Google Lenses, and you can just search a product and it will actually open up all those Amazon and Flipkarts for you in the search result itself. The same thing you can with in your website you can do using the Adobe Sensei search that is coming across. So coming to the point of marketplace, to understand marketplace, there you need to understand different components. So I will actually go to those components again. Maybe I'm not sure whether you will be able to see this or not, but on a very high level, this is the front end process or the flow of a standard marketplace website, wherein you have got a seller registration happens, and then mostly from the seller onboarding side. So as a seller, I sign up, I get a dashboard, I go to seller center, my accounts are approved, and once the accounts are approved, then I can go ahead and list my products. Mostly the product listing process is ideally approved by the admin, just in order to ensure that the seller is not uploading any fancy products which are not allocated to him, right? This is more of a B2C. Similarly, you have got pricing models, you have got commission models. You as the marketplace admin connect with the seller and you decide what the commission model would be. You as the admin work with the seller to understand what the payout model would be, because I as a seller, if I'm selling on your website, I need my money, right? So there is always a 15 days or 7 days kind of a money payout model. Then there is a return policy, then there is warehouse, then there is shipment, and all of these things have to be taken care of once you are planning for a successful marketplace for your customer. uh, product optimization in terms of the image optimization, the SEO optimization. These are some of the very important, and we mostly do all these things in any of the e-commerce platform we build. But marketplace is a is a special case wherein you have got multiple sellers. They may have multiple products. So interestingly, in a B2C marketplace, there can be multiple sellers selling the same product. So you would not want, let's say, a black Nike shoes on your website being listed 7 times because they are being sold by 7 different sellers. So you would have to programmatically configure all those, or let's say create a SKU or a EN number that will ensure all the seller getting listed into one place and you just showing one product to your end customer, and with ability that there are 7 different sellers who are selling this product, something like how Amazon or let's say the Flipkart does, wherein you know that okay, this product is available in by XYZ sellers. So the see, coming to the taking that conversation ahead, the key features, right? Seller management, content management, very important, right? The reason is um, seller A can have a different content written for his product. Seller B can have a different content written for his product, and could have a different language for your B2C or a B2B marketplace, wherein you would want where you would want your customers to read that language. So optimizing the content is very important. Marketing and automation, right? You would want to promote all your sellers equally. At least sellers will want that you on your marketplace are promoting them equally. That is where they would get the value. Or you can create some kind of a promotional revenue generation model for yourself with all those marketing and automation processes. Product information management, it's not just about the content, it is about attributes, it's about what information you want to show on the website. So all of those things have to be managed. Digital asset management, images, without proper appealing images you cannot have a good e-commerce website. So how do you manage the images? That is a very important question. So for the developers out there, agencies out there which are working on marketplaces, these are some of the very important questions to ask your customer who comes to you to get an e-commerce marketplace made. How do you manage your digital asset? What will you do? How do you want us to ensure that the image quality across different seller is same? Do you have some kind of a rule setup, or will you be providing image catalog to the sellers? Personalization, we have spoken about this almost whole day. Everyone has touched upon this topic, personalization, starting from the keynote till earlier sessions that I have heard. This is very important, really important, especially at this time wherein we are now more digital. We really want everything at the click of the button. I think the number, I don't have some any report to justify it, but I think the number which we had earlier from Google, which said that if a customer is not staying more than 5 seconds on your website, they will move away. If you are not able to, let's say, attract the customer in first 5 seconds, they'll move away. I think those seconds are should have decreased by now. It should be 1 or 2 seconds, because if I don't see what I want to see, I will just move out. I would go ahead because there is a lot many other options in the market to do so. Commission management. This is really important when you are talking to your client planning for a Magento marketplace. Ask how would you manage your commission. Sometimes different, let's say, merchant wants commission to be categorized based on the categories or on products, because let's say if I'm selling a diamond, I would not want 10% commission, whereas on the same marketplace if I'm selling a t-shirt, maybe I would want 15% of the commission for the t-shirt that is sold. So sometimes the commissions are set based on the products, sometimes they are set based on the categories the product are listed into, and sometimes that they are general across the marketplace. So this is very important to understand these points. Catalog management, who would do the catalog management? How would it happen, right? How would it process? How often would be the catalog updated? Search features and functionalities. Now, I have seen cases wherein the clients want that if I come on the marketplace, I should be able to select a merchant first. And when I'm in that merchant store, I should then be able to filter product which are only listed in that merchant's website. So search actually. I should only search in that merchant's, or let's say that seller's store, which is listed on your marketplace. Whereas sometime we have seen cases wherein the end customer says that no, I want the search to be global. I want search to be, let's say, intelligent. Wherein, let's say, if I type VIK, it should give all the combination of VIK, Vikrant, whatever it is, right? Vikas, right? Whatever the combination is, it should actually populate all of those things. Remembering the search, right? What I searched last time, I should, we have seen, especially in B2B cases, we see that the merchant comes with the request that, hey, my search query should be cached so that my merchant, when they come next, they should not go ahead and search the product again on the website. Rather, they should just see the search history, take the product from there. So these are some of the really important parameters which you as developer community, when you are getting into a project which is kind of a Magento marketplace development, should ask your customer before you get into the development phase. The other one is warehouse management, WMS, OMS, right? Loyalty and reward mechanism. How do you do it? How do you create a loyal customer on your marketplace? Who would be paying for that loyalty? Will it be the seller who would be paying the commission, let's say, from their commission, or will it be the main marketplace which will be paying for, let's say, the discounts that are going to happen? For example, let's discuss about Amazon Prime Day, right? Or let's say the Diwali or New Year sales that happen on Amazon and Flipkart. So who pays for that? How can you get a 1 lakh rupees phone in 45,000 or let's say 55,000? Is it the seller going to bear all those loss, or is it Amazon going to bear all those loss? So these are some of the things that once you are planning for a marketplace, you certainly need to ask your customer what are these things uh, which will define the complete implementation strategy. Because developing marketplace, I know we have got a lot of marketplace extensions that you can easily integrate inside Magento. Bingo, marketplace is done, right? It's not that simple. There are a lot of business rules that you need to dig and then be able to plan your architecture accordingly. One another, I think I not mentioned over here, number of SKUs and number of line item in cart. So these are some of the very important topics, because we have seen, or at least I can say, I have been exposed to a few of the projects wherein there are more than 300 or 500 line items in a cart, and that actually impacts performance. So how do I plan for it? How do I create my architecture so that tomorrow, once my merchant reaches into that direction, they don't have to face such problems? With this, let me share you a sample architecture document. High level architecture, again, this is sample. It is not what I say should be blindly followed, and this is just a sample created, which is to highlight how different Adobe products could be utilized to create a complete headless e-commerce architecture for your marketplace. So I'll start my mouse icon to give you more idea. So this is the customer layer. We can expect the customer to come from any of these channels, right? This is the front end layer. You can fulfill the front end using PWA or AEM, right? AEM can be utilized in more of a headless manner to fulfill your front end engine for your e-commerce store. This is the API gateway wherein you can use. This is the microservices layer wherein you can which will talk to your front end in a service isolation manner. Then we have the core commerce engine sitting headless inside here. And then we have Magento Marketplace extension. So you can use any of the Magento Marketplace extension based on your requirement. We all know their name. They are quite popular. So you can choose one of them according to your client's need. You can plan to use one of them. That's completely up to you. So inside Magento, you would see product management, payment integration, site promotion, personalization. For personalization, you can either use Adobe Target or Adobe Sensei, which is kind of natively inbuilt inside Magento. If you need a deeper penetration into personalization, you can certainly go ahead with Adobe Target. Then comes the digital marketing solutions, wherein you can use Adobe Analytics and Adobe Campaign to understand your analytics around how your customers are behaving, how different sellers are performing, and you can actually feed this information back to your sellers and tell them that, hey, let's say last year during Christmas you were able to sold kids toys more. Why don't you populate your store with more kids toys? So that way you will empower your sellers to go ahead and plan with some data rather than just buying a lot of stuff in their shop. Campaigns, you can actually plan how you want to do campaigning around Magento, around Adobe Campaigns, and it can integrate headless with Magento. AEM and Magento, I remember there was a question earlier in this session, in earlier session around SIF. It is completely integrated. You would find all the Magento out of box capabilities, SIF created for it and ready to be utilized, documentation and all available on DevDocs and on Adobe documentation. Then you have got middleware. It can be any middleware that you want to use. Because the reason why I say middleware is because we are talking about an enterprise grade e-commerce marketplace platform over here. I personally do not recommend integrating your OMS, your WMS, your ERP directly with the Magento commerce system. Rather, having an integration layer in between, which will certainly help you optimize and scale your solution. Then we have got different, let's say, business specific implementations. I have seen implementations like, let's say, hey, I've got my own personalized warehouse. I want to integrate that. That can be system one, system two, system three. The integration again has to happen via middleware and has to talk to Magento headlessly. And that is where you actually are going to utilize the complete potential, or let's say the power. I would say it unleash. You'll unleash the power of all the products if you use them in a service isolation headless manner. Then we have got shipping partners, CMS, right? It could actually feed into the front end as well. I can say if in an enterprise grade e-commerce marketplace website, you would want to use AEM because you can do a lot of content authoring in there, and you get a lot of power to play with content. We have heard this content is the king and blah blah blah, all of those things, right? So that is where content is still the king. You have to actually, you cannot go with the theory of sell, sell, sell. The homepage cannot in this era have a scroller of bestsellers. That's not how it happens. I know you would debate with me that, yeah, in Amazon, I do see that. But in Amazon, it actually personalizes the product based on what you have purchased earlier. It doesn't just randomly throw you bestsellers based on what different sellers have purchased on Amazon in different categories. ERP systems and then data lakes. And then these are some of the external systems which can connect based on your needs, right? Like WhatsApp, like ARVR, like customer loyalty, like gift coupons, like chatbots, automated tools, and other basic business requirements. So again, to specifically call out, this is not, I would not say that blindly follow this architecture, but yes, this architecture is something which if utilized in as per the business needs that your merchant might have, using different Adobe products that I called out, and unleashing the power of headless commerce with service isolation and middlewares in place, I think you are looking at a success story of multi-million-dollar marketplace set up for both B2B and B2C. I know I'm running close to my time, and luckily I'm close to my slides as well, because I kept my slides very slow. I knew I had to spend a lot of time on that architecture thing. These are some of the reference links that that I followed. And with this, I thank you all for hearing me out, for bearing with me. It has been a very rapid speaking session. Again, thanks a lot. Always happy to assist you. Please feel free to hit me over any of the social link if you believe I can help you with anything. With this, I stop my screen share. And since I was the one who introduced this speaker, I don't get the option to take question and answers. I'm happy to take any question and answers via offline mediums. Thank you all. You guys have been a great um, listeners, and it has been a great day of learning so far with Meet Magento India. I really wish and pray next year we are all in a single meeting physically with each other. Thank you. With that, good evening. Goodbye.